Imagine this, February 24, 1978. 5 young men, friends for life, are driving home from a basketball game. Their spirits high. They stop at a local store for snacks and drinks, a completely normal end to a fun night out. But they never made it home. This is the baffling and deeply unsettling story of the Yuba County Five.
We are following breaking news tonight on the Yuba County Five. Authorities continue to search the Sierras in this bizarre mystery.
Breaking news coverage continues on the Yuba County Five.
We are live with the latest developments in the Yuba County Five case.
Details are still emerging about the Yuba County Five.
The group, often called the Boys, consisted of Gary Mathias, Jack Madruga, Jackie Huett, Ted Weiher, and Bill Sterling. They were all from Yuba County, California, and several had mild intellectual disabilities or psychiatric conditions, but they were high-functioning, loved sports, and were inseparable. That night, after the game, they were last seen piling into Jack Madruga's 1969 Mercury Montego. Their intended route was a straight shot home to Yuba City. Instead, for reasons unknown, they drove in the opposite direction, heading high into the snowy, remote roads of the Plumas National Forest. Days turned into a frantic search. The public was on high alert. Where could 5 grown men and their car simply vanish? Then, 4 days later, a park ranger found their car. It was parked on a deserted, snow-covered dirt road, miles from where they should have been. The car was in perfect working order, with gas in the tank. Inside, they found uneaten snacks and empty wrappers from the store. The doors were unlocked, and one window was rolled down, but the boys were gone. There were no signs of a struggle, just footprints leading further up into the desolate, freezing wilderness. The search continued, hampered by severe winter weather. It wasn't until the snow began to melt 4 months later, in early June, that the grim discoveries began. A group of motorcyclists stumbled upon a Forest Service trailer, about 20 miles from where the car was abandoned. Inside, they found the body of Ted Weiher. What they saw was beyond strange. Ted was wrapped in 8 sheets, as if someone had tried to keep him warm. He had starved to death, despite being surrounded by food. The trailer was stocked with enough canned rations to feed all 5 men for over a year. There were matches and books to start a fire, and a propane tank connected to a heating system that was fully functional. All they had to do was turn a valve, yet Ted had wasted away, losing nearly 100 pounds. He died of starvation and hypothermia, just feet from warmth and a mountain of food. The following days brought more tragic finds. The remains of Madruga and Sterling were found about 11 miles from the car, on opposite sides of a road. It appeared they had succumbed to the elements while trying to walk out. A little further on, Jackie Huett's bones were discovered. His father was the one who positively identified his son's genes. The 5th man, Gary Mathias, was never found. His sneakers were found inside that same Forest Service trailer, suggesting he had been there with Ted. But what happened to him remains a complete mystery. So, what could have possibly happened that night? The theories are as chilling as the case itself. One popular theory is that the men were disoriented. Perhaps they took a wrong turn and, unfamiliar with the area, became hopelessly lost. Their cognitive disabilities might have made it harder for them to problem solve in a high-stress situation, explaining why they wouldn't use the supplies in the trailer. Maybe they were scared of being on what they thought was private property and didn't want to get in trouble for stealing the food. Another theory points to a more sinister cause. They were pursued. Shortly after the disappearance, a man named Joseph Shons came forward. He claimed he had gotten his car stuck in the snow on the same mountain road that night. While trying to free his car, he experienced a mild heart attack. He said that around that time, he saw a car matching the boys' Montego pull up behind him. He called for help, but the occupants, a group of men, and what he thought was a woman holding a baby, just stared at him silently before turning off their headlights. Later, He saw flashlight beams. Was it the boys he saw? And if so, was there someone else with them, forcing them up the mountain? Was this mysterious group the reason they fled their car? And then there's the question of Gary Mathias. He had a history of schizophrenia, but was being treated and was stable. Did he have a sudden psychotic episode? Did he somehow coerce his friends into the mountains? Or did he simply survive longer than the others and wander off, his final resting place still unknown? We know his tennis shoes were in the trailer, but Ted Weiher was found wearing another man's leather shoes, which were far too small for him. Why the shoe swap? The scene in that trailer raises the most haunting questions. Why did they break into a cabin full of supplies, only to starve to death? Why would they ignore a heating system that could have saved their lives? The official cause of death for 4 of them was hypothermia and exposure. But that doesn't explain the fear and confusion that must have gripped them. They weren't just lost, their behavior suggests they were terrified of something. Decades later, the case of the Yuba County Five is one of America's most enduring mysteries. The pieces of the puzzle just don't fit. They had a working car, food, and shelter, yet they perished in the cold. It's a story with no answers, only lingering, deeply disturbing questions. What truly happened on that lonely mountain road? What force, human or otherwise, drove these 5 friends to their tragic and inexplicable end? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching.